Hey there, hey friends, Ken here, your thrifty apprentice. Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are doing something a little bit different. We are going to be illustrating with color pencils on a book page. Now, before we get too deep into the video, let me make the proclamation that no books were harmed during the making of this video. The book page I am creating on is one of several that was sent to me in an ephemera package in order to create a junk journal with, and I decided I would use one of those book pages to illustrate on today. Now, this is actually going to be another field test for the Lifeline Rub and Sniff Scented Color Pencils. As you guys know, I have been working on several field tests with those pencils in order to get around to doing a review, and I'm going to use this as the last standalone creation before I decide to give my opinion on those. So you can look for the review on this set of color pencils coming up much sooner than later. Now, other than the Rub and Sniff Scented pencils by Lifeline, I am using one Sioux color pencil and one Prismacolor pencil in order to round things out. But that only lets you know, as I say all the time, you can use your brands together, color pencils or color pencils. Now, we are creating on a book page. This by no means is a new idea to the world, but it is new to the channel, and I felt like it would be something really fun to share with you guys. A way to create your own DIY ephemera. So, if you are a paper crafter, this is going to be right up your alley. If you're not, then this will be something really different in order for you to do in a step into the mixed media world, exploring how to use your media on something other than the paper you normally do. Now, I am creating the focal image for a project that I'm going to be working on later down the line. So I am using a watermelon slice as my focal image. Now, there is no reference photo for this. I simply just kind of sketched out a watermelon slice and then flipping back and forth between several different images after looking watermelon up on Google. I am just kind of winging how I feel this piece should be. It is going to be a bit artistic in nature, maybe not as realistic as you might think, but definitely with my own spin and flair on it, because I do want to give a really unique look to the overall project that this piece will eventually be used in. Now, if you don't have these pencils and you decide you want to give this illustration a try, it is actually really simple and straightforward. Other than being able to sketch out a slice of watermelon, not watercolor. I'm not even sure if I said watercolor earlier when I was trying to call it watermelon, but I'm sure you guys knew what I meant when I said it. But I am basically using a light and a dark red, a light and a dark green, a yellow, more sun, golden leaning yellow, and a black, a white, and that's pretty much it. Those are all the colors that you need. I started with the base layer of my lightest red, which in that Lifeline set, the red is actually a little pink leaning, but that's okay. It still worked for my lighter color. Then I went back in with a darker red, more crimson leaning, and I had to pull that one from the Sioux color pencils because I didn't have one dark enough in the Lifeline set. And as I said earlier, we'll be looking at those in a review coming up soon. Now, to do the rhyme, I did have a lighter green, which I'm going to use in order to just kind of circle in the color on the bottom. This is a book page. Believe it or not, this is a pretty toothy paper, and it was taking the color pencils really well. You could see from where I did the red part of the watermelon, I was able to get several layers on that paper, and I'm actually going to go back and be putting more layers on top shortly. So this is a pretty toothy paper. I'm not sure if all book pages are like this, but this one definitely was. Now, I probably wouldn't try to use like a magazine page because it's really shiny and wouldn't hold color pencils. But then again, you could actually attempt this in something other than color pencils now. This is a wax-based pencil that I'm using, and it's pretty semi-transparent, not necessarily completely transparent, but semi-transparent, which made it a really cool medium to use for doing this effect because I would be able to get a full illustration down and you would still be able to see the writing from the printing through the illustration. And I thought that really served well for like ephemera or even the beginning of a mixed media project because you can push this so much further than what I'm showing you today. Just kind of use what I'm showing you as the base idea and then you can just run all off. Now, eventually I'm going to be doing a much bigger watermelon painting with many different pieces of watermelon on it in order to possibly hang in my kitchen or dining room area of my apartment. But I kind of wanted to start getting some practice in on how I might want the watermelon slices to look. And that's what kind of led to this project. On top of the fact that I felt like, it would be really, really cool in order to do something, not in order, but really, really cool to do something on a book page. But, I just kind of went back and forth. This is a pretty easy video to follow. I don't really even have to give you a step by step. You can literally see what I'm doing. And you can look at the lid of the pencil to tell that when I'm switching from the darker color to the lighter color. Here I'm just going in and adding on another layer of that lighter color, which I did tell you I was going to do because this paper does take some pretty good pencil layers. I was pretty impressed with that, actually. Um, I'm going to start working on book page a lot more. And you could actually try this in other mediums. You don't necessarily have to do colored pencils. You could do gouache, or you could do soft pastels, or even oil pastels, acrylic, oil paints. I'm not sure about water-soluble oils, or any other water-soluble products other than possibly gouache. But yeah, yeah, pretty cool. I'm adding in some black here just to deepen things up and then going back over that with that dark green. Um, and just kind of hemming and hawing back and forth. Once I got the watermelon the way I wanted it, I'm going to go in and put in a shadow just so it won't look like our watermelon is hanging out there in space or in the air by itself. And then, of course, I'm going to be putting some seeds on because of course, we could have seedless watermelon, but that's hardly ever how it came in my house. When I was growing up, whenever we had watermelon, there was always the seed to spit and just have fun with. We would sit out on the front porch of my grandparents' house and have these big slices of watermelon and just go to town, having so much fun in the summertime. And I feel like watermelon is a really great reminder of summer, what it is. And since the project that I'm going to be working on is actually going to be like a summer theme art box, I felt like this would be the perfect image to go on the front of some of the custom made journals that are going to go inside that art box. I'll tell you guys who are possibly interested in it a little bit more about it later on. But I just kind of wanted you to know why this illustration was being created and why it was being created on a book page. Now, you could actually use this for whatever you want to. This, as I said earlier, is a great way to make a really cute piece of ephemera. Now, I'm taking that same black pencil that I kind of mixed into that green on the bottom of the rhyme in order to give it a little bit more shadow and putting on some seeds for the watermelon. I'm trying my best to space them out and make them not look uniform, so it'll look a little bit more natural, a little bit more realistic, considering the fact that it's been done on a book page. But overall, I feel like this illustration came out well. Now, without saying too much about this set of pencils before getting to the review, other than I really feel like they are made for crafters. I feel like this is the type of project that these pencils ultimately were made for. And they worked really well on this paper. The tooth of this paper pulled off the pigment from the lid really, really well. And those pencils don't give you too much trouble either. Nothing was breaking or chipping or cracking on me. I was really, 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 really able to get the saturation and the layering that I wanted. And they also worked well with the Prismacolor. So at this point, I'm putting on highlights, friends, because that's going to kind of wrap up this really straight straightforward, simple illustrations that I hope you're going to give a try in whatever medium you decide, and I hope you enjoy. If you like this, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and you can hype it up behind the thumbs. It's going to help push the video in front of other wonderful viewers like you. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, check the video description for all of the relevant links. Jump in the comment section, friends. Let me know, have you ever tried illustrating on a book page? And remember, as I tell you at the end of every video, just keep creating.